Welcome to the activity section of this PD. I'm going to share my screen and just kind of go over the whole list of activities that are attached in this section. So these are all activities that you're going to be able to do in Google Classroom. So you literally can just copy this again and put it in a Google slide for that day that you want to share out with your students. So there's a vision board, there's my heart map, there's also a coat of arms that kids can create. These are all good get to know yous to build that classroom community. I have also added some SEL books that then have a slide that you can ask questions. If you click these links, they open up to a safe YouTube video channel that will read the story for the kids. Again, there's like a spot for them to add a Google drawing or an image here that kind of relates to your story, and then you can pose a question. There's a ton of books that are here ready for you to go. I will be honest, there's not a question to go with each of them, so feel free to put that question in. All you have to do is just type right in the text box that's available to ask the question that you need to, or if you're working on a particular skill that you want to kind of hone into. So I kind of left that open for you so you have the autonomy to work with that. But yeah, there's some really great stories that are linked and ready to go for your students to enjoy. I tried to cover a pretty wide range of stories, some that are definitely geared to our younger Spartans, and then some that are definitely more appropriate for our middle schoolers. So have fun exploring some really good books. I'm just going to go through all of them real quick just so you can kind of see that there is a wide variety of stories to share. And then what I did at the end, you'll see, is I left 2 blank slides. So I don't know if you're like me, but I like things to kind of all look the same as I present them. If it's going to be a story, I want it to always look the same way each week that I send that out. So what I did here is I left a blank slide that you can just copy your image in here. So if it's a screenshot from a story or from a book, you can just copy from the internet and place it in here. And then you can click this icon and go to insert and push link, and then you can just paste your link right here. There also, if you want to use this text, I would just copy that and paste it down here and change it to the title that you have if you are like me and like everything kind of to look the same. You're welcome to use that. And then the same thing goes here. There's the text box where you can add the questions, and then you can add your title up here as well. So those are all about the books that are linked there in the link below. Next, you'll find some brain activities. These are also some videos that talk about the brain that are pretty kid-friendly that they can explore, and then some activities to go along with that. I also have some breathing tools. I listed a breathing tool, and then the kids can literally write, how did that make you feel? How did this one make you feel? So as you can see, there's a variety for them to choose from. And then again, at the end of this one, what I did is I left a blank one. So if you have a breathing tool that you want your students to try, or you can even link in a video, you can put that right there and then copy the screen to your Google slide doc that you're sharing that week. Here are some calming strategies. So these are definitely more geared to our younger friends. And then what they could do is just pull these right over and then tell you how that went. Again, a calming strategy, they can pull those in, give it a try, and then do they feel calm? Yes. And then I made this one kind of for our older friends where they can just pick one of these things, you know, circle it, and then you could ask them, how'd that go for you? Or follow up with them later. And then there's this activity where they can pull these different scenarios under the right column. So there's a couple different ones to choose from. And then again, I wanted you to be able to make your own. So then you can just literally type in these boxes and make up your own situations for your students. Next, I will share our feelings one. So there's a little poem, or if you want to make it a song, you're welcome to do that as well. And then their connections, they can fill in the blank, and activities to do. And then these, you know, put it under the right emotion. There's a blank one for you to make up your own scenarios. Again, there's a sorting one. These move, and kids can sort them under the correct one. And there's another blank one. So if you want to keep doing this activity, it's something that your students are really enjoying, you can make up your own emotions and just type them right in those boxes. Feelings and expressions. How are you feeling and when does it happen? What does that look like? There's also these activities where you can ask those questions. This is definitely pretty user-friendly for our younger friends. And then these provide some text boxes that, you know, you can talk to kids about, like when they're feeling sad, what does that sound like? What does that look like? When they're happy, angry, excited, surprised. Feel free to have them insert some images or to type in the boxes, whatever really is the best fit for your age group. But those are kind of all the things there. I also have some journal prompts where you can share these with kids and they can just like type in their own name. But their journal's right there ready to go. And then, so today, and then so I, they can add some photos or images to kind of make it their own and personalize it. This can be an ongoing thing as we're distance learning that kids kind of can go back to for those writing prompts. I also made one that is a little bit older here so that kids can write maybe the year, the date up here, and then their name here. And then there's some questions and things like that that they can fill in. So yeah, again, like I said, a little bit older. There's a meditation section. What you'll find here are these are all those SafeLink videos that are ready to go that you could just copy both the image and that. You can copy it. And then I left one blank for you that you can just paste those in. You might just need to like resize it, but they're ready to go. So let me go through all of that real quick. So some meditation videos, here's some more, some other ones that are, they're all ready to copy and paste into your lessons. And then here I linked a few that are ready to go with some questions that your students can then respond to. And then you have that option to do your own version here. And then this is the mindfulness section that you'll see down below. How can you be mindful? Asking those questions, creating a list of things that kids can be mindful. They can just type right in that. They can watch this video. What does it mean to be present? Some mindfulness ones. And these are some good activities for definitely our elementary age students where, you know, they can try these different strategies and, you know, was that helpful? Was it not? How are you feeling? Just kind of those check-ins as we encourage them to get up and get moving and, you know, those brain break activities for sure are important. So those are there. The next section you'll find is self-regulation or self-esteem, I'm sorry. And again, they can use this. I've linked some pictures with some quotes and they can respond to those quotes. So there's some that are just, again, ready to go for you. And then you have the option to make your own. You can plug in your own quote. Those did kind of look a little younger, so I made a few that are definitely geared for our older students, where you can plug in a quote and then they can write about that. And then again, there's some blank slides for you to do your own versions. This is 5 things I like about myself, and then I have a 10 things I like about myself for some of those older kids. It's really important that we kind of start those discussions so kids are building that self-esteem. All right. The next part is self-regulating. So here are some situations that they can tell you how they can start to self-regulate, as well as some images like, what would you do? Go for a walk, think happy thoughts, fidget with something. Again, just trying to cover all of our age groups as we go through this. And then things you can control. I think it's really important for our students to learn what they can and can't control, because there's definitely things that are out of their control and we need to learn how to adapt and adjust to those situations. So there's a list. There's also this activity with they can move these situations or move these different scenarios. There's a couple that are pre-made for you. And then again, you can just make your own or plug in your own scenarios as you see fit. I also added this I'm in control social story so that, you know, you can read this with your kiddos or have it be something that's an assignment that they read. And then last but not least in this section, there is some yoga activities. Again, this is videos that are already linked, the image is ready to go, that people can just enjoy and practice the art of yoga. This is also fun for maybe you just pull this up on your screen for one of your meetings and you and your class do yoga together. Same for the mindfulness ones. Those would be great for them to see you practice those activities as well. And then again, like we did for the mindfulness one, there's a page, there's some ready to go with the YouTube video on a safe link and then a question to follow. So you can just copy these right into a Google slide and share it to your Google Classrooms. And then there's a blank one, of course, that you can make your own. And then there's some yoga poses that they can try out, especially if you're introducing it. It might be nice just to share a couple of poses at a time, just to not overwhelm them and kind of ease them into the practice of yoga. So those are there. So yeah, so those are all kind of like a quick snapshot of all the things that you are going to find in the activity section below. So enjoy exploring.